The GOAT has returned. Garou is back in One Punch Man and he is ready for a fight. But before we get into this chapter, we have some promo images here from the latest volume. Absolutely love these grand scale pictures of all the characters. Look at Darkshine in the back, huddled in the fetal position. We also have a pool party Fubuki. I know you guys are gonna like that one with her hair slicked back, looking amazing as usual. And we also got a fan-made image from Chiptooth. He does a whole Saitama x Tatsumaki ship fan manga. I covered one or two of his chapters on my channel. And anyways, I thought this was really cool and wanted to share it with you guys. Chapter 234, Guardianship. We see Garou on the front page, shirtless, still muscular and bulky. We know he's been working as a delivery man ever since the whole Monster Association arc, and even though he's just living a simple life at this point, he is going to get attacked by the Neo Heroes, and we saw a little foreshadowing of that before. So now we're gonna go over to his old master, Bang, who's at his martial arts temple, and he's talking to his subordinates, and he says that he's stepping away for an acupuncture session, but he's really going to spy on Garou. He doesn't tell them that he's going to do that, he just straight up lies, and he leaves Sourface in charge. Charanko wants to just play video games and slack off, hence why he's so weak, but Sourface says, nope, it's training time, you're the second disciple, right? Let's give the newbies a good example. So there is also some new trainees, which is interesting, but I doubt anybody of any importance. So now we're gonna go over to Garou's delivery truck. Murata does lots of these kind of city landscape shots here in this chapter. Unfortunately, we didn't get any double page spreads. I really wish he would give us one in every chapter, but I don't think there was really an opportunity here. In any case, he has a coworker named Shinya, and Shinya used to be a hero, just for a little bit, he says, with the Hero Association. And his hero name was Mad Devil Yankee, and Garou laughs because he says, I know you. So he has an alter ego named Papillon 800. He's highly inspired by Moomin Rider, and he became a hero after seeing Moomin Rider fight Deep Sea King. But he lost a big battle against Shiver Wawa, this dog monster, and then Saitama came in and one-shot the monster. And after that, I guess he retired. While he was posing as this Papillon 800, he was like posing as a fake hero, and he's nervous about this. And Garou asks him, well, why'd you quit anyway? And he says that he first joined the Hero Association hoping to become like the heroes he looked up to, like Moomin Rider, but before he knew it, the reality of the job ended up being completely different from my ideals. And this actually takes Garou by a little bit of surprise and shows a change to the content of his character, because he actually kind of pushes Mad Devil Yankee to get back into the hero business. He says that you're cut out for being a hero, and he says, I don't know the whole story, but if you've genuinely reflected on it, why not just get back out there? You'd be surprised how many people actually notice your hard work. And I think what this is showing is that Garou has had his own reflection period, and although he hasn't really decided to become a hero yet, he has recognized that his associate, Mad Devil Yankee here, was also conflicted about the Hero Association and their flaws, kind of confirming what Garou thought all along, that heroes are untrustworthy, and that you can really only rely on yourself. And it seems like he believes that Mad Yankee also had a similar instinct, and he's like, well, I can tell you're one of the good ones, you should get back into it. So now we're gonna go over to Suryu and his accompaniment, a little group of Neo heroes in their cyber suits, and they got an order to go fight Garou. But interestingly, Suryu kind of has a reflection of his own, that Garou is just doing his job. Like, why are we going to attack a male delivery man? Like, yeah, he was the hero hunter before and he was dangerous, but he's not doing anything wrong anymore. So he just says, I'm not really feeling this, I'll leave it up to you guys. Because he kind of felt like the order to attack Garou was off in the first place. It didn't really make sense. Garou's not out destroying things and making trouble anymore, so why are we gonna go attack him? And he's basically just gonna go send these weaker Neo heroes to go challenge Garou, and that's obviously not going to end too well for them. So we see now that Bang was lying. He is now observing the whole ordeal from the top of a building, and he understands exactly what's going on. The emergent faction Neo Heroes, they tried to recruit me and Garou, but I turned them down. They've come to eliminate any fighters that refuse to side with them. So he had a feeling that they would eventually come. I guess they're hunting all of the heroes that turned them down. And he says, but in any case, there shouldn't be any need for me to step in. If I recall correctly, the guy leading them was Suryu, grandson to Suicho of the Void Fist. And we know that the Void Fist is similar of a martial arts attack to the Fist of Flowing Water Crushed Rock technique that Bang has, albeit probably not as strong. And we saw some of the Void Fist all about with Suiko in the last few chapters against the Machine God Mirror. The Neo Hero goons are disappointed that headquarters made their leader some sort of lazy guy. And meanwhile, Garou is stacking up like tons of boxes up on top of each other so he can deliver like the best delivery man ever. But as he's holding a mountain of boxes, a whole bunch of darts or bullets come at him, straight towards him. And it actually looks like they kind of hit him, but that's just the cool anime effect. You can see his arms swiping around, and Garou, being a master martial artist, obviously he's gonna have caught those, there's no doubt in my mind. But Murata gives us the suspense, the typical anime, stereotypical suspense where it looks like the person got hit, and even all the goons are celebrating. They think that they actually got him. Those darts were meant for extra large monsters, and Garou just lets his hands go. All the darts are crumpled. So he's like Neo from the Matrix. He just caught all the bullets, and yeah, they're totally screwed. And I guess he had thrown all the boxes up into the air so he could catch all those darts. The boxes land in perfect order. He sets them down, and he's like, what are you guys doing? If you're gonna mess around, you should look more closely at who your opponent is. And yeah, we got the short-haired Garou. What do you guys I don't really like it too much. I guess it's okay, but like kind of his spiky hair the way it was a very distinct look. And now that he has short hair, I kind of feel like he lost a lot of that distinct look. I don't know if the short hair really fits him that well, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But in any case, the goons are terrified, and rightly so. They're gonna need their leader, Suryu, to take on Garou. And he says, look right here, Garou is part of a rehab program. Like, why are we gonna attack a guy in a rehab program? Like, isn't that messed up? And then they're all gonna charge in him at once. They got their cyber suits on, which make them extra powerful, but I don't think they'd be any challenge for Garou. But luckily for them, they get interrupted as a massive dragon-type monster bursts through a building behind them. And you get, what a super raw shot here. The big monster in the back, all the goons charging at Garou, and he's standing there just straight posed up, all confident. Really love that shot. And they all turn around terrified. Even Garou is like, wow, what the heck? But we did see Garou take on Sage Centipede and slice him in half, so he could probably still take on a monster of that size, I would assume. But in any case, that's the final page of the chapter. Their fight is going to be interrupted. They're going to have to deal with some monsters first. And that's all we got for the chapter, but it's good to have the GOAT back. I'd love to see Garou rejoin this series as a good guy and help Saitama in the future at some point. It does appear that Murata is trying to set something like that up, but we will see. Maybe he's just kind of like a sideline gag character at this point because the fans love him, but I'd love to have him get some sort of power up again in the future and join in the final war against God. That's all we got for the chapter. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you boys soon for the next video.